Greetings. Welcome to MadameZ and Friendz podcast. Today I have a very special guest, but before I get to him, I want to say first and foremost, thank you so much, Purple Lava Coffee, for sponsoring my podcast. I have a very special guest who can give a lot of information and insight onto a very interesting career. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself to you.
Hey everybody, I'm DJ Bishop.
All right, we're currently sitting here in Atlanta, Georgia. Now remember, if you know for any of my prior posts, I've been talking about different careers that you could pursue that do not require a formal college education. So, DJ Bishop, tell me, how did you even come across the idea of DJing?
I was a recording artist for about 4 years, and then the guy that I was working with as my producer, he wanted to step forward and be an artist. So he was like, "I need a DJ. You gonna be my DJ?" I was like, "Sure, I guess." And yeah, we had some investors into a label that we had called Can't Stop, and this was why I kept like the moniker Can't Stop, but I put Can't Stop the DJ. And yeah, so from there I started throwing like my own like little kickbacks at my house, and I would DJ. I would trick people, hey, come over and hang out and party, and I end up just like, hey, you DJ, and I had like the basics of things, just a laptop and some computer speakers, and then got some bigger like studio monitors, and then eventually we got an investor to buy the invest into my first DJ setup and everything. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. So, well, I know our listeners have a ton of questions. So, one of the questions was, um, do you go on world tours?
Yeah, I've been on tour, not the world. No, I've been across the states, East Coast, West. I went to uh, been to Vegas, California, New York, all the Carolinas, up and down Florida, Tennessee. Played in Puerto Rico once for about a week. I played out there, and yeah, I've been a touring DJ for about 9 years.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So, I know that someone else asked, well, if it's not something that you're born with, a skill, how do you learn how to do what you do?
I feel like the natural skills I was born with. Growing up, I was latchkey kid, kind of at home all the time. So I grew up watching music videos, and that was my thing. I used to record videos with VHS tapes, and I would just record videos and like go back and like watch them later on and like make like these little montages. And in high school, I got my first computer with like a CD and DVD burner on it. So I would like make CDs, mixes and stuff for people to give out, or if people had birthday parties, I would make them, and I would make like DVDs. I had a software that could make like actual like DVDs with the clips and stuff. And so I used to make like DVDs of like music videos, and I would put them on there, and I would like sell them at school. And then when I got to college, I went to college for fashion merchandising. And then in there, we used to do at the end of our semester, we would do a fashion show. So I was kind of too shy to be like in like the design part. I didn't want to model, so I was like, I'll be stagehand. So I did the music. So I would actually create mixes for them. And I had friends that would like in dance groups, and I would create mixes and stuff. And that was as a recording artist. And so that natural music thing kind of was always there. Of curating music was always kind of just there.
Wow. Is there anyone that you idolize in terms of the world of DJing?
I got to work with pretty much most of my DJs I used to like growing up. I got to work with DJ Clever, who is a Yellow Wolf's DJ. He's also produced for me, and I've gotten to work with Cutmaster Swift on tour, and DJ Jelly. I've opened up for him a few times. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. Look at you doing some big things, big things. I know that another question one of our subscribers had was, well, once you broke into the business, are there pitfalls that they should watch out for?
Yeah, I feel like the thing was I didn't know pricing wise, like what I was supposed to be charging. So I think a lot of times with that, and I think it's that part of that starving artist thing where I'm just glad to get booked and the exposure and the experience. But teaching a lot of my students, I teach them a lot of stuff that I went through, that I mistakes I made business wise or even creative wise, and choices of work and stuff like that. So like I said, I guess it would be more so researching the value in the market at that time for whatever you got to do.
Wow. So really, essentially, also knowing what your self-worth is, but then looking to see what other people are doing.
Yeah, based off your personal skill set. Yeah.
Wow. So for something like that, I wonder, and I'm going to ask you, what kind of benefits are there?
Being able to meet a lot of cool people. I got an opportunity to work with Converse when I was in Boston. So like doing like little cool things like that, like brands, working with different brands on the creative spectrum. Um, yeah, just being able to work as much as you like. I think that's the really cool thing about it. Make your own schedule. That's the best thing I could say about it.
All right. I heard you say something about students. Are you teaching classes here?
Yeah, I've taught four students before, four young ladies how to DJ. They're all doing pretty well. All of them do different genres from house. Some do hip hop. Some are play EDM DJs. One of them ended up. Jordy is a duo with a young lady named Shakti, so they're a female DJ duo. So that's
Wow.
pretty cool.
Oh my goodness. So I love that you reach back, give back, and bring folks forward and push them into the world. What do you see next for yourself? And then I had another question. Well, let me back up. So when I was asking about benefits, of course, since I'm a little older, I'm always talking about benefits. Like people like me are thinking about health insurance, eye insurance, dental, that kind of insurance, those kind of benefits.
That's something you just have to get on your own. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I guess as a self-employed person, this is something you have to find on your own.
Benefits, you have to buy them on your own. Where would you suggest one look?
I guess I don't have any. I pay everything out of pocket, unfortunately. I just don't like paying for stuff like that every month. So if something comes up, my glasses and all that, things like that, I can't see. Things like that, I've always paid for my own. When I had a job that had benefits, it was never working out, like far as like my eye insurance and stuff. So I just always pay for stuff out of pocket. I was used to it. So it's something I budget to make sure twice a year I go get my eyes checked and teeth and all that stuff. So I pay out of pocket. Maybe that's something I need to start doing, but yeah.
Hey, listen, it's not for everybody, especially since we know it's a very different system that doesn't
Yeah.
always work for everyone.
Correct.
What are some of the things that you think someone breaking into that industry, give like the first three things that you really think that they should do?
Really find out where you want to be, as far as like who's your crowd. What if you want to be a club DJ? I guess you can do that. Like if you want to do what clubs you want to play in. Also, like what kind of DJ you want to be, because you can be a wedding DJ, karaoke DJ, you can be a video DJ. So I guess more so just figuring out where do you want to place yourself in this world.
Oh my goodness. I never really, I always thought DJ meant DJ for everybody, but I didn't think there was like specialty for this, specialty for that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There's all type of genres, subgenres. So just figuring out where you fit in this world.
Okay. I want to ask a couple of questions, some trivia questions. Hip hop trivia. You good with that?
Sure.
Question number one. Who is known as the godfather of hip hop?
Is it Grandmaster Flash? I don't know.
Oh, actually, it's DJ Kool Herc.
Okay.
All right,
There we
no
go.
worries. Question number two. Which group released the hit album Straight Outta Compton in 1988?
NWA.
Yes. And what was the first rap song to hit number one on the Billboard Hot 100? And a hint would be this person was the first Caucasian person to spit or to rap.
It was Blondie, and in the video, Basquiat was in the video.
Ah, Look
Yeah,
at
you
you.
want to check that out.
And for those of you who don't know who Basquiat is, look it up. You should know. So you teach classes, and that's for people who want. Where can someone find you if they are interested?
Uh, Instagram be great. Best way to reach out to me. DJ Bishop Don, one word on Instagram is the best way to contact me. Uh, my email's on there and all that good stuff.
Okay. All right. So now, once you have ventured into this skill set, what else opens for you?
Um, like I said, the opportunity to teach others, and see like how far they go with it. It's really cool to see what these young ladies have done in the span of like 2 to 3 years of me working with them. Um, you know, they weren't scared to like jump out there. And one of my students, she got her first gig within 3 months of us having classes, and ended up getting a residency she's been at since then. So that braveness is like I admire. I told her, I'm like I admire that about you because I was not ready for a long time to feel like I could jump out there, and just be in front of big crowds like that. Um, Also to be able to see people's, I think that's what it is like. Even as a recording artist, it was always cool to see people's like story in the beginning, and like that's something I really admire, and to be a part of that, and that's really cool. And I find inspiration in that to see where people go, whether they might surpass you or whatever. It's not. I'm not about gatekeeping or anything. Like whatever I can share with people and they take it there, that's great. So that's the biggest benefit of it to me, personally.
Speaking of stories, what's your story?
My story? I'm an Atlanta native, born and raised here. My whole family's from Georgia. Um, and I started like I went to school for the fashion merchandising. I have a degree in fine arts. In that high school, I was an art major. Then I switched over to music. Um, right now, I really just want to get to the point where I'm solely only doing curated parties, like just parties. I work part time as a karaoke DJ. I have a pretty cool, interesting karaoke I do on Sundays. It's been around for like 6 years and has been in some local newspapers like the AJC. Featured. I've worked with spirit companies like Patron and curating different events and toy drives. I did a toy drive with Patron in 2021 or something like that, and it was called uh, Shots for Tots or something like that. It was like a playoff towards the Tots, but they ended up taking it back to corporate, and they still do it to this day. They take it across different platforms and do it.
Wow.
So cool things like that that I've accomplished. I work with a group I ended up admiring my whole life. I was the opening DJ for Big Boy for 9 years
Wait a
from
minute, Big
Outkast.
Boy
From
from
Outkast,
Outkast?
yeah.
What?
So I've worked with him and with an artist named Renegade El Rey, who got a Grammy last year for his work on Killer Mike's album as an engineer and writer. So it's pretty cool working with all those people. Some cool things I've done. Still record music, but not as much as I used to. But yeah, that's me. My goal is to open up my own venue, small venue that I can do like anything from like fashion shows, weddings, baby showers, things like that. A small venue, not a club, but just like a small venue, private venue I can rent out. That's my goal within the next 3 years. So
Wow. Okay. So all of those skills. Let's talk about skill sets. Now you know I'm an educator. So, school. What are the top 3 subject areas that you think anyone in this field should be proficient in?
math is actually pretty high on there.
And explain why.
Math because when you're with DJing, and I even think even like engineering, music, the speed of music is what's called BPMs, and the same thing, beats per minute. And if you're actually a science major or biology major, when you go to the hospital, when I read your heart, That's the same thing as right there. BPM is the same thing we use in music, as far as DJing goes. Um, Science is there too. I taught people. I don't use headphones because I had to learn how to I learned how to read sound waves. So I can, like, if somebody gives me a song, I don't have to know what the song is. I can read the wave and know what on a sound wave what's a kick pattern sounds like, what a snare sounds like, just in wave format before I even like listen to it, so I can match the BPM. So people have given me songs, I don't even know what it is, but I can read it and I can tell if it's distorted. I can tell if it's on point. I can tell all those things. So that's something cool because every sound color sound waves are really cool, like learning about that, relearning about that. When I taught a class of kids that were at a Montessori school, they ranged from like 3 to 15, so I had to be able to explain to them from 3 to 15 in the same way that they can understand what music is. So that's how I learned about, I do use a lot of about sound waves and like physical science and like biology and math and stuff like that is great. Being able to be a good writer, and I would say, like, if you have the opportunity to take public speaking classes, take them. Theater, take those classes just so you'll be comfortable with being out there. Nerves are always okay. I still get them, obviously, today, but they're always cool. But it's like how you fight through those jitters and stuff like that. And if you're a self-driven person, you'll thrive pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And you're also still being able to, like, if you're any type of group activity or sport and stuff like that, you thrive very well. I work with a lot of people that were athletes in college and stuff like that, and working with them, I can see how, like, they're great. Like, as a DJ working with an artist, they're the coach and the captain at the same time. But my job is very important too, as the curator, and keep everything flowing and be able to read what's going on, read the room, read the energy, what do they need and stuff like that. So yeah, those are skill sets that some are natural, but there are things that I did subjects I did well with in school. I see they're applied in my everyday career.
Wow. Okay. Man, that's interesting.
So
Okay.
yeah, you do need math because you
Wow.
have to learn how. Or you can, I mean, you still can break. If you don't know the equation, you still need to know math. Like, you need to know, like, how to, like, if a beat is 140 and it's like, well, I have another beat that's 72. It's like, that's just basic dividing things and stuff like that. And you don't be scrambling like I've seen some people didn't know it. I was like, there's just the math of cutting that down in half. So
Wow. Wowzers. Okay. Um, I'm going to do three more trivia questions, and then unfortunately, we're going to have to wrap up. But let's do this. This is exciting. Thank you for coming. I'm so
thanks for having
excited.
me. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I know you know this.
Okay.
Which female rapper released this hit song Super Bass in 2011?
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj, yes. Tupac Shakur was also known by what nickname?
Nickname? Machiavelli? I don't know. Not too sure about that one.
Yeah, you do.
What? I thought that was it.
That first name?
Machiavelli? That wasn't it? I don't know.
Tupac.
Oh,
Two. Yeah, two, the number two.
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah. He broke it down.
PAC.
Okay.
All right, and last one. Who founded the record label Death Row Records?
Marion Shook Knight.
Yes. Oh, look at you. Okay. Listen, I want to say thank you so much. And I
Thank
know
you.
that you have to work today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming out and being on my podcast and giving them the information that they need should they decide that this is a career that you are interested in. We'll see you next time on MadameZ and Friends podcast. And again, thank you so much to Purple Lava Coffee for sponsoring my podcast. See you soon.